Hi guys, Crolister here with another long play. Continuing on from the previous games in the Sane Trilogy, now I will be playing Crash Bandicoot Warped. The best and my favorite of the three.
Activision presents a smashing blast from the past. Developed by Vicarious. It's Crash Bandicoot Warped.
The third entry in the series, Crash Bandicoot Warped, was originally released on the original PlayStation in 1998, the same year that the very first Spyro game released. Ever since Spyro debuted, Crash and Spyro have been doing crossovers to one another. Like in the original Crash Bandicoot Warped, there was a password you could input, like a cheat code, that would let you play a Spyro demo. And that same cheat code would let you view a Spyro Reignited Trilogy trailer in Sane Trilogy. Not that I'm going to do that in this video. After the title music loops, I start the game. Continuing on from the previous game, Cortex Strikes Back, part of the space station that Brio destroyed impacts a temple and by chance sets free an even more powerful villain, that being Uka Uka, as you see here.
Free at last. Uka Uka is free? No, it cannot be. Evil, great evil has come. None have dared fail the great Uka Uka even once. But you, Cortex, you have failed me twice. Great Uka Uka. It was that infernal Bandicoot. From deep inside my dental prison, I sent you simple instructions to follow. But you lost the gems, you lost the crystals, and I have lost my patience. There is now no other power source left on this planet. I know we've had a few unfortunate setbacks. And failed. But since your bumbling has managed to set me free, I am feeling generous. There is still a way to amass the power needed to enslave this miserable planet. And this time, the great Uka Uka will make sure that you do it right. After many eons, my evil twin brother, Uka Uka, has been freed from his underground prison. Long ago, I locked him there to protect the world from his malice. Now, free once again, he must be
Interesting how Polar charges out with him, and then he doesn't even appear the entirety of the rest of the game.
Children, Uka Uka and Cortex plan to use this time-twisting machine to gather crystals that lay scattered across time. I have brought you here to recover the crystals before they do. To open the time portal, simply stand on a button and then jump into the portal. Good luck.
I love how the Insane Trilogy and Spyro Reignited Trilogy as well, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, all of them, made the cutscenes a lot more lively compared to the original PlayStation versions. You can play these in any order. I'm going to start with Toad Village.
Crash, crash, crash. Why must you always muck in my mud?
Oh, look! I have a mask helping me, too. We will find out which one is more powerful soon enough.
So, pretty straightforward. This game is easier, in my opinion, than the other games in the trilogy. Though, in my opinion, it's still the funnest one. That could be for nostalgia, because it was one of the earliest games I played. And if you've played Cortex Strikes Back before Crash Bandicoot Warped, or played this game after playing Cortex Strikes Back, you can learn some tricks you probably didn't know before to help make the game even finer. Interesting how there's an Aku crate directly before the bonus route platform. In the Japanese version of the game throughout the trilogy, I'm not sure whether or not this applies to Insane as well. I haven't watched the Japanese Sane Trilogy yet. I probably will at one point, though. Aku actually gives you a tip after you release him from a crate, in addition to protecting you. And in the Japanese version, he tells you about bonus route platforms there and then. Interesting how they added some quality of life updates to the Japanese version of the games, and how hilariously well this series did in Japan. Spyro, unfortunately, wasn't so lucky with reworking the point of view perspective of the games in accordance with apparent motion sickness. And on top of that, Year of the Dragon never releasing in Japan at all until Reignited Trilogy. So, whatever. As always, break every box in order to get the gem. Under Pressure, another music reference. There's also a stage with this name in Pac-Man World, being that I already played Pac-Man World Repack on my channel. Input fast kick in order to move quicker while you're under the water here. You can spin out the dangerous sea creatures. Just be careful of the mines, and know that you can only spin the blowfish while they're deflated. There's a fan here that kind of pulls you downward a little. You just go like this. Then there are these scuba riders. Be careful not to lose them, because the rockets they shoot is the only way you can break the coral and the boxes that are underneath them. You can shoot rockets and do a thrust attack with them. Alright then.
Crash, Coco, if you have already retrieved a levels crystal, then you will find a floating clock when you enter for the second time. This floating clock activates time trial mode. Grab it, and the clock will start ticking. Race for the end to get the best time, but beware, some elements will change.
I'm going to do the relic runs in the non-conventional levels as soon as I complete them to get the crystal. For the conventional levels, the basic format ones, basically, I'm gonna wait until I get the speed shoes, which is after you beat Cortex. With every 5 relics, you unlock a bonus level or a bonus route to one of the previous levels, necessary for 100% completion. For under pressure and deep trouble, try doing spins while going straight to go fast, and you can get a platinum relic on them pretty easily. After doing the thrust attack with the scuba rider, you might have to input up or down to go into that direction quickly, because it lags a little bit after then. Like it matters. Platinum Relic, Master Opponage. Remember that you can press triangle, or X in my case, since I'm playing the Nintendo Switch version, to cancel the victory dance after you come back with the gem or relic. Coco takes over for Orient Express, and Pura is the replacement for Polar, as we run along the Great Wall of China in development. Although the lab assistants that appear are still wearing Oriental peasant outfits in Orient Express and Midnight Run, they did downgrade their design a little bit. Like, in Midnight Run, I know some of them wore peasant hats in the original PlayStation version. And I'm not sure if they removed those in Sane Trilogy due to racist stereotypes. Memorization is key for beating these ones. You have to memorize where all the pits are, where all the dragons are and how they move, where all the assistants are, all of that. If you hold down run, you can break straight through rolling barrels, harmlessly, like this. A slight run and cancel will help you get the boxes here. I love how the birds fly away only after the intermission where Coco nudging Pura is over with. Coco has a victory dance as well. Occasionally, she'll giggle after it's done. She didn't, though, in this recording.
Uka and Cortex want tiny get crystals and bring them to big Colosseum in Rome. Crash! Leave them for Tiny, or Crash get crushed!
got a little interruption from a returning villain from the previous game, Tiny Tiger. I already explained in the Cortex Strikes Back long play that Tiny is actually a Tasmanian tiger, an extinct marsupial. Interestingly enough, Universal or Sierra with Crash of the Titans made Tiny be an actual tiger, for whatever reason. And I think that inspired Tiny's general outfit in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled as well. While running the entire stage can get you through it quickly, remember to cancel a run for a moment in order to turn tighter to help get the boxes. And there, I got another platinum relic. Awesome. Some people like me like to think that the Crash of the Titans series, that game and Mind Over Mutant, are set in a different universe to the original Crash series, and that the franchise as a whole, including what Universal made, is a multiverse. And the events of Crash Bandicoot Warped with the paradoxes kinda adds reasoning to this, so... I mean, Tiny didn't even talk in third person in that game, in Crash of the Titans, which, you know, is another kind of detraction from the original series. I'm specifically talking about the home console version. These levels where you ride on a jet ski with Coco are pretty fun. Just go in the direction that the arrow is pointing in and avoid obstacles. The hint says complete the course in order to earn the power crystal, even though you get the crystal during the course, right here, not at the end of it. So, slight fail on Vicarious Vision's part there. If you destroy the boat that the pirate assistant is in without completely wrecking into him, you get an extra life. Gotta love how this series has secret bonuses. Alright, now we're gonna get the relic. Mainly the reason why I'm doing this before Boneyard. We're going to purposely cut through the bombs with Aku's protection to get through this faster. And again here. And there, another platinum relic. Fantastic. Now Boneyard. There is an alternate route in Boneyard that requires the red gem in order to find and get one of the gems. However, you can get the box's gem before that. Since, there aren't really any relevant boxes at all in that route whatsoever. If I remember correctly, there might not be any nitros in it either, so... Focus more on survival than breaking boxes in the Triceratops chases, because if the Triceratops gets the boxes, it counts. So, that's fine. Obviously jump on these rather than striking them. The large clumps of grass slow you down a lot, so spin or slide them to get rid of them. So spin them to get rid of them, and sliding just before them can help you get through them a little bit faster before spinning them during the chase scenes. There are also mud assistants. You can get rid of them by spinning them before they try to engulf you. Crouch jumping will allow you to beat this one without the double jump power-up. Once you get the 5 crystals in a warp room area, you must confront the boss.
Rash! Coco! Stole the pretty crystals! Tiny, take them
So we're in a Roman arena. Got assistants in the audience. Alright, let's get this done. I just like to hang out in the corner and then run around the square pattern while Tiny jumps after me. Then attack him once he strikes his pitchfork into the ground. Then you have to elude these lions. I just like to stay in the same lane and spin them as soon as the one in my lane comes my way. That's an easy way to get past them. Tiny will do one extra jump to the previous one for each phase. And if you watch the assistants while the lions are coming at you, they're doing the wave. I thought that was kind of funny, first playing and watching vids of Sane Trilogy. Then after you beat Tiny, he gets Rotten Tomatoes thrown at him, and you get the supercharged body slam power-up. While you can do the body slam in Cortex Strikes Back and have it from the beginning of this game, this power-up makes it create a shockwave that can strike enemies in boxes within a slight range from you.
Well done, children. By defeating Tiny, you have unlocked the gate to the next time travel area. Go back to the center of this time twister and save your progress if you wish. From there, you will see that the gate to the second time travel area is now open.
So with that, we unlock the new warp room. Let's go. I'm gonna start with Hog Ride.
Why must you continue to be a thorn in our side?
Who? What? Where was I? Oh, Tiny was a good fellow. He hated everyone and everything, but a good heart nonetheless. Please be more reasonable with my minions next time.
Such a dork. Alright, so, Crash is on his motorbike in this one, and you're basically having a race with, lab assistants that are in hot rods on a, desert highway. There are turbo pads that can increase your speed for as long as you can sustain on the road without going off or without slowing down. You also gotta be careful not to run into the patrol vehicles. Those will cost you all your speed. If you fail to get the crystal nor the gem in one run, it'll automatically, at that moment, give you a prompt if you want to restart. If you get one or the other, you go back to the warp room from there. Now the relic. Hog Ride is 100% assured not to be a platinum relic. Easily one of the hardest plats in the entire trilogy. To get a platinum relic, you literally have to sustain a turbo from the first turbo pad the entire course up to the ramp at the end, while still breaking all the yellow boxes, and I can't do that for the life of me. I can most certainly get a gold relic though. Midnight Run was the level that was playable in this game from the demo on the PlayStation compilation disc I had, first getting my original PlayStation ages ago. So I actually kind of knew Coco before Crash, interestingly. This one is obviously harder than Orient Express. Since I missed that box, I'm gonna purposely lose a stock and start over. Now the relic. Since I missed that crate, I'm not gonna get a plat relic. This revolving box can get you in goo. The spells from the wizard assistants can be a little tricky to dodge also. You can actually blow up the chickens with the fruit bazooka. Also, if you use the fruit bazooka on the wizards, they'll lose their clothes and be left in boxers. And then another shot from it will destroy them. Some funny, easy-to-miss details about G-Wiz and Doubleheader. And then that frog's stupid enough to hop right into the nitro. Some switch boxes and bonus rounds in this game are actually a trap, like this one. You have to jump on that box before activating the switch box.
G'day, mate. Dingodile's the name, and Uka and Cortex gave me orders to bring the crystal to them during the Ice Ages. So give me the goods and shove off, or I'll roast yous.
The first of the Arabic levels. Hang 'em high. Wait for this guy to go back before you attack him. Probably shouldn't have stopped to try and take out the carbon assistant. Much like with the sewer levels from the previous game, the Arabic levels have some ceiling climbing. You gotta be quick about the shuffle boxes, because if you're not quick to break them, they'll eventually turn into an iron crate, which is not good. The scorpions that you see can be spun out. Wait for this one. spinning the monkeys carrying the pots is not the efficient way to defeat them. Wait for them to get to a point where it's safe to move around them, and then slide them or jump on them. If you spin them, they'll get a pot on their head and can deflect you with their own spin, and then you need to spin them again afterward to defeat them. The yellow gem is obtained in an alternate route that requires 10 relics in order to find. That is a subject for another episode. You can't get both of the gems here until you get the purple gem elsewhere. And I actually forgot about this after starting it up during the recording and took the bonus round unnecessarily in this recording. So, here's a demonstration of my recklessness. What I will show you, though, is another example that you can clear a bonus round like this if you knew tricks from Cortex Strikes Back. Right here. The greased floors act like the ice from the ice cavern levels from Cortex Strikes Back. You have to slide in order to move along them in a dictated direction and body slam in order to stop moving in an instant. There are also switches that only temporarily open pathways, and the spotlights will shoot darts at you, so try not to get under them.
Now you've gone and done it. Them crystals are mine. Break out the butter. I'm gonna make toast.
Somewhere in the Ice Ages. I just approach him so that we're just facing and get out of the way quickly as he shoots his flamethrower. Then you spin him and get out of the way before his jetpack explodes on him. In this phase, Dingo sustains fire a bit longer, and you might have to make a careful dodge to get past the final roll like this. If all of the icicles on the shield are gone, another barrier will regenerate, and the phase will repeat itself. So, strike him as soon as you get a good opening. Your reward for beating Dingodile is the ability to mid-air jump. Which will be super useful later on. Alright, we're going to do some of the next warp room. Only to a total around the range of an hour for the video, before I start the next video in the sequence.
Haven't we gotten far for a pair of fuzzy marsupials? I am Dr. Nefarious Tropy, master of time and the creator of the very time twister machine you see before you. Uka Uka and Dr. Cortex have sent me to end this little charade, so you won't be leaving my area with the crystals. I swear it.
Alright, so, we're gonna do Deep Trouble, which is where you get the red gem. Have to be extra careful not to lose the scuba rider. No invincibility in this level. There are blowfish here, so be careful while you descend. Gotta be careful along the jet streams. There are sharks in here, so I gotta come up carefully. Should nitro away. Then after you hit that switch box, we go back. Careful around the jet streams again. Get the checkpoint box before I forget. Alright then. This is what the switch box at the end activates. This. Watch out for blowfish and nitros going down here. the red gem. Going back for the relic. Interesting how I didn't lose the scuba on impact with that mine. If you want a platinum relic, you might have to Aku buffer through some of the jet streams. There you go, plat relic. The relics in this game are actually required, since this was the game in the original PlayStation series where these properly debuted in. Tried to get only gold or platinum relics for maximum game completion. We're on the motorcycle again for this one. I just love how the bird from that barrier flies right into the alien sign and smacks itself. Unfortunately, birds are stupid like that in real life. Had you ever had a bird fly right into your house's windows before? Road crash gives me problems every so often. I managed to do it clean during the recording, very luckily. I feel like the motorcycle levels in this game and Sane Trilogy, as well as Rings of Power, were made so that it's harder to control your vehicle, and in turn makes them harder than the original PlayStation game, from what I remember. You also have to brake in order to make this turn.
You pesky little rats aren't going to back off, eh? Just you continue to gather crystals and see what I do.
Now we're gonna get the relic. Notice the license plates on the assistance roadsters, 96, 17. Those are references to the dates that the original Crash Bandicoot game and Sane Trilogy respectively released. Another what we call an Easter egg. In the original PlayStation game, their license plate said Cortex without the vowels. So, coming in with one more platinum relic. Amazing. This is as far as I'm going to go in this specific video. In the next video, I will be finishing up this warp room and coming out with an any % completion, with a 100% completion in another video after that, so stay tuned for those. I am Crolister, Master of Ponage. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next upload from here.